Today I'm chatting with Trinidadian designer, activist, entrepreneur, and Project Runway Winner, Anya Ayoung-Chee. She does not hold back a thing. She opens up about her marriage, pregnancy, and her sexuality. She's setting the record straight right here at Basia. Anya, are you ready?
Yes.
As we say in Trinidad, are you ready for me?
Always.
Welcome to Basia Women Who Slay. You know, when I came up with this platform, no lie, I've several women on my hit list. Cardi B's up there, Remy Ma is up there, but Anya Ayoung-Chee, she's up there.
Thank you.
I thought about you for several reasons. The first of which is admiration, deep respect. A woman who is not afraid to go where others may not. We may want to, but we're afraid. We're afraid.
Yes.
And that makes you a slayer.
Thank you.
So welcome.
I appreciate that.
How have you been?
How have I been? Wow, that's a big question. Well, the last 6 months have been incredible. Or 7, I should say. I'm pregnant for the first time.
Amen.
I got married.
Oh my God.
And those were neither of those things were part of my grand plan. In fact, I was very anti both of them.
Really?
For myself, not for anyone
I never
else.
knew that.
Very much so. I just thought that, you know, it would sort of hinder my career path, and it would...
To be married and have kids?
Yeah, you know, like my mom has 6 children, which
that
I've
terrified
always
you?
admired. Yes, no, I think it's incredible, but I just didn't know if I could do that. You know?
Yeah.
So, but it's been an incredible year, really. And we're only in the beginning of 2018 still, and it's just, I don't know, it's been really blow mind.
So, I know that there are a lot of people who are looking at this interview right now, and they are probably thinking what I'm going to ask, because let's cut to the chase. The last time I checked, or we connected, you had a girlfriend.
Yes.
And then you are now married.
Yes.
You need to explain that to me. Now, listen.
So you want to explain how I got pregnant?
We know that part, right?
Okay.
But the thing about it is that I was convinced, because you were in a relationship with your ex-girlfriend for quite some time.
Yeah, yes.
Because we all like to label people, even if it's just in our minds, I just assume, okay, well, Anya is really walking into her sexuality. She's now gay.
Right.
Was that a correct assumption at that time?
I mean, I don't label myself. I'm sure everybody has their own versions of how to categorize their sexuality. But for me, you know, I fell in love with Onella, and that was that.
What's her name?
Onella.
Onella, yeah.
And I think I've always been some version of fluid.
Yeah.
If I can apply any category to it.
Yeah.
Which is like the most lenient category you can be in. And she just was the most sort of overt expression of that. Yeah. But in terms, I don't think it's that I all of a sudden became gay.
So you would say that you were always fluid. Now some people will call that bisexual. Are you bisexual?
I still think that's even
a label.
Too categorical. Like it's too strict. Yeah. And I believe in love, and I believe in
love is love.
Yes, 100%. As a slogan for what that means for the world.
So I have a question as a wife, right? So I do believe in some of the things that you've said. I truly believe that love is love. I am a big advocate for that. However, now that you're a wife, do you feel that love is love in terms of your husband? If he were to be in a relationship with another man previously, would you feel the same way? Would you feel 100%? 100%. I've never had. Thank you for being honest.
Yes.
Because I have never been one brave enough to ask anybody that, and I've never had anybody brave enough to answer that, because that would terrify me. I'm
not saying if it happened while we were together.
Right. No, previously or post.
I think I believe in love. I believe in energy. I think that people bring, you know, different experiences to you that you can't possibly categorize. You know, if it just so happens to come in a certain package, like why should you reject it? You know, that's my feeling.
So I'm thinking, I'm going down memory lane, and I'm thinking about, you know, obviously you and your husband, whose name is Wyatt, has proven that love wins, because you and Wyatt had one of the most famous sex tapes in the Caribbean back when you were just dating.
Not something to be that proud of, but yes.
I mean, come on. Like, I mean, and that was a historic moment for a lot of people watching this wouldn't understand what it means to grow up in the Caribbean. Your sex tape shut down the place. Like,
it's also because there were 8 of them, not 1.
8 sex tapes?
8 sex tapes.
You kidding me? So you mean I only saw 1?
You saw 1? Well, that's good.
Anya Ayoung-Chee, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I wish I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, you know, they were private. Let's start with that. They
but
were not supposed to be
No, we will
public.
go there, and I agree with you. I mean, truthfully, how did you feel when this was done to you? Because you, as you said, you rightly said, you didn't put it out there. It was stolen and it was released. How did you feel when that happened?
Well, it was a very protracted experience. Somebody had them somehow, meaning they were on a computer, they went to be fixed, and somehow they were taken from there and they were kept.
Yeah.
When I tracked back the process, which meant someone maliciously released them, and that felt like betrayal. I was Miss Trinidad Tobago at the time, and
any idea who you think it might be?
Yeah, I know, but eventually we let it go because Trinidad's legal system doesn't really provide. At least I wasn't in a position to pursue it, so we let it go. But the point is, I felt very betrayed. I felt as though I was representing my country honorably. And I was just going about my life, and I didn't, I continued to be labeled as a porn star, as though I'd like voluntarily put myself into that position.
And you've proven though that you're much more than that. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've proven that I'm just me. But I eventually became very angry. Yeah. It turned from this sense of hurt to anger, and I was mostly angry that I was being cast as some sort of derelict human being when I really did think everybody watching the videos was in a position of choice. Yeah. I was not. Yeah. And I did think that the choice to watch them was in and of itself questionable. Yeah. Yeah. Of questionable integrity. Yeah. Whereas having sex with your boyfriend, whether it's on camera or not.
And another woman.
One time.
That one time. We talk about that, girl.
Which also that, to me, at least in my standard of morality, is not wrong. Of course, anyone else can make any other judgment of that. Yeah. But for me, anyway, the real questionable sort of morality was around this private content being just exposed,
coming after you to hurt you.
And then every single person who watched it made a choice of their own to watch it,
I made a choice. Let me tell you something.
I realized that. You revealed yourself.
Yes, I did. And I watched it with my husband. Right. So I have to give you this joke, right? Because, I did. I mean, I apologize to you publicly for watching it because I made a choice. But here's why I watched it. One, I never saw a tape like this before. I never did. I was sheltered because, again, it comes back to our upbringing. So like, oh my God, she did a sex tape. This was like excitement. The place shut down. But so that just shows... That kind of shows where I was at so many years ago in my development and my level of exposure and me too being uncomfortable with my own sexuality and so on. So it was like more cheering you on, good for you, girl, and like, oh my God, she did this.
I mean, the range of response was
different. And I was acquainted with all the responses. Yeah. But let me tell you something. My husband was on a ban. I was like, when you see that girl, Anya Ayoung-Chee, in any restaurant, any public place, please look left. Do not look right.
Nobody talked to me.
No, but I don't think you got it. That was actually a compliment.
Well, that's not how it felt. No, I was legitimately a pariah. I really was.
You weren't to us. I mean that. You weren't to Ricardo and I. That was like a big joke because what I'm saying is that your skills were so great. I was like,
I guess I should say thank you.
You should. That's what I'm saying. That was not me telling my husband to look left. It wasn't because I thought you were dirty or whatever. I was like, oh my God, she slayed it. Oh my God. Anya, you're a boss. I wanted to tell you that for like 9 years. I said, do not look left. Do not look right. That girl have too much skills. When you see her pass the street, I'll say hi. It was really good though.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're talented.
That was not what I was going for.
I know. It was private. But it's also my lightheartedness because honestly, we're not allowed, the way we brought up, back to that point, is that we're not allowed to explore our sexuality. Yeah.
No, and that's the problem. Especially when you go to a Catholic girls' school. It breeds a lot of misunderstanding around the topic, which I think also breeds promiscuity and like,
correct.
You know, it's sort of
and
like
secrecy and
it's self-defeating. So that was my form of exploration. It was not meant to
so
be
you
public.
were just exploring, as you have the right to do.
I didn't even know they were in existence, to be honest
Really?
with you. I'd never seen them. When I found out that they'd come out, someone had to call me and be like, Anya, it's you. And I was like, no, it's not me. I don't even know what you're talking about, you know.
So you're saying that you were filmed unknown to you?
No. I was very conscious, but it was years before.
Years before. No, you have me thinking.
Old, exactly. You know. Anyway, it's enough about that. I mean, the point is, I learned a lot.
That's right.
I learned a lot. It's crafted me. It taught me how to love in spite of hate. You know, it taught me to embrace what it really means to be compassionate, because I started to realize that a lot of the stuff being thrown at me was other people's pain, not my own. And I did not know the concept of that before that experience. And through that process of really owning my own feelings and being accountable for how I felt and being accountable for my choices, I eventually realized.
So you had to like learn to love yourself again. That's what you said.
I think for the first time.
Okay.
I think that even though I'd grown up Catholic and I'd gone to Catholic school and I grew up in a very good home and surrounded by love, learning to love yourself is not something we are always taught how to do.
Yeah.
And that's where the markers of, those are the metrics, you know. Are you a good girl? Do you do well in school? Are you going to be a good wife?
And ladies are seen and not heard.
All of that, you know. And you are satisfied by sort of fulfilling those metrics, you know, until you're an adult. And you're like, wait a minute, those are not that's not what I'm judging myself on.
That's right.
You know, I'm not happy, or I'm not that level.
And then you go out and explore, because you're trying to find that thing that's missing.
But really, it's inside of us, you know, and it's inside of you. And so doing that program really taught me how to own my choices and realize that as much as everyone else was sort of judging me and I was feeling very judged and blah, 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 like I still made a choice to make those videos. I made a choice to...
So there must have been a risk of them being released.
Exactly. You know?
By someone.
So no amount of blaming everybody was healing me. The healing came from forgiving myself. And the healing came from recognizing that, you know, this was part of my journey. And what do I learn from this? But you can't even begin to learn anything when you're just pointing fingers outside of you all the time. The only way I started to learn was when I started to identify what choices did I make, why did I make them, and what would I do differently the next time.
What would you do differently if you had the choice?
I wouldn't send my computer to fix. That's really
I mean, like after that, when Anya gets snatched again, because you know you're snatched, right? When you get snatched again, and you know, or have you been there, done that, and that's okay.
I've done enough of it. But no, I think it's a step by step. You know, we just
you're not saying no or yes to anything. You're doing you. You're doing you.
In life, like if I had said yes or no, I would not have been in a relationship with another that I grew so much from. If I had said no to, I mean, when I applied for Project Runway, for instance, I did not have a clue what I was doing. And I would have robbed myself of that opportunity if I had prejudged it. So I don't make decisions based on what I might feel in 10 years. I have no idea what I'm going to feel next week. You know what I mean?
You go with the flow.
But I can say that now my priorities are obviously shifting. And that sort of sexual exploration played its role. Will I need more of it? Like, I don't feel at all inclined to learn lessons I've learned before.
Nice.
So...
And you think that Wyatt is it? He is your love. He's the love of your life.
He's kind of like my ride or die, you know what I mean? Like he's
because it's break up. I mean, you might as well stay together because clearly this is where it starts and ends.
Like, okay, fine. Like, let's just...
So how did he propose?
Well, he proposed probably like 50 times.
This time?
This time.
What made you say yes this time?
It was the 10th anniversary of my brother's death, and last May. And we woke up, he was in New York, I was in Trinidad, and I really wanted him to be there for me because we've had a bit of contention about this over the years because it's very, very hard to relate to someone who's lost their sibling.
What does marriage mean to you?
Now it means partnership. It means kind of recognizing that this is an adventure and a journey, but together. It means really owning who I am and allowing Wyatt to own who he is individually. and supporting each other in doing that. Yes. It's really a spiritual journey for me and for us, and I think that because we've been through so much, and you know, we're always laughing about like how could we sort of talk to anybody else about some of the stuff we've been through together. He's been with me since my brother died. Yeah. You know, and we'd just gotten together, and there's just, you know, I'm very, very grateful to be with him because of that, because he knows my full journey. And I've been battling with being back together with him. Should I be back together with him? Should we go back there? Blah, blah. And then there was no question to me.
So you just left Trinidad and went to New York?
I didn't leave, but I just knew, and I told him
that you all needed each other.
There's no more questioning anymore. You know, this is it. And what do you even, how can you put words to that? You know, not that tragedy has to take you there, but just the awareness that there's nobody else I want to walk this road with in this way. And not to sort of like over romanticize what marriage means or glamorize it in any way. It's just like, it's an amazing experience to go through life with a partner who's there with you.
There's nothing like a ride or die.
You know what I mean?
What are some of the things that we can expect to see from Anya Ayoung-Chee? Because, I mean, you never ever stop surprising us. And I'm excited. I hope to be doing a lot more with you in the future, because you're a slayer and I'm about to slay all day, all night. You know what I mean? What can we expect? Any surprises?
Yes, my favorite project to date of all, I've started 10 companies in the last 9 years, and this is my 10th. It's called Spool, and it's a matchmaking platform that matches consumers directly to makers. In the last year, we've
you've been doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
As an activist, I have to say.
Thank you.
Really admire what you're doing for women, and you know, amazing. Thank you. I mean, thanks for taking the time to care, because I know a lot of people who are probably the type of people who would say that they're religious or they're quick to label, but they're not even taking the time to care, to go out there and make a difference, and to represent the voiceless. But that's what Anya Ayoung-Chee is also all about. And you know, I admire that about you.
Thank you.
I'm huge on the voiceless. I'm huge on making a difference. For me, my platform has always been like women with breast cancer and other things, but always women. And that's what BasiaPowell.com, our blog, and BasiaWomenWhoSlay, our TV series, is all about. I just want to continue to, you know, I say it's not a comeback, it's a takeover. We just want to help women to slay. You know, to stop hurting, because hurting people hurt people. Just come on board and slay all day, all night. That's just what we're about. So let's tell them where they can get your new collection. But part of it is sold out, right?
Well, I'm very grateful to say that it's the first design is sold out, but it's being released on a regular basis. Every month there'll be new releases.
Nice.
So AnyaAyoungChee.com. And if you follow me on Instagram at Anya AyoungChee is how you see all the newest updates.
Amazing.
You can also sign up for my newsletter, which is on my website. And yeah, I mean, you know, several other things still coming, but a lot of it I can't talk about yet. But once you're following me on Instagram and, you know, on my newsletter, you'll know about everything.
To get you back here to talk to us about it. But Anya, listen, it's been great. Thank you. I mean it. I thank you on behalf of my husband, and I thank you and your husband for flying to Atlanta to just spend time to do this with me. I feel honored.
Thank you.
I hope you feel honored.
I do, very much so. You really took care of us. Thank you.
We try. You know, this was like, but you know, thank you for slaying. Thank you for making it. Basia, thank you for talking with me. Like, I feel as though I'm special. So guys, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. She was here and she did that and she came correct. I'm your girl Basia. Follow me on BasiaPowell.com. Slay is only. Remember that. And on my Instagram, Basia Powell. We have a lot more interviews for you. All things woman. We slay all day, all night. That's a wrap. See you next time.
Slay is only.